Okay, test number one. This is for a color replacement patch. The idea is that I would be able to isolate the color that's within this set. So this is what it typically looks like. This is just a small little animation I created in Blender and just kind of added it in. And so this is running on the inside. The blue, I was thinking, okay, well, what if I wanted to change the blue? I could technically do that. This is what it looks like. This is the third color. I have the second color, and then I also have the first color. So then there's also this brightness and contrast in case it's just not enough brightness, not enough contrast in those particular areas. The color should be somewhere in this range here. I've noticed that I might have to make a gradient mask in order to, or a gradient mask, a gradient color from the lights of this color and the darks of that color, which could be problematic. So I'm looking into that. But overall, I don't think that's too terrible for a first test. As I change this color, you'll notice that certain colors don't quite match up. Hence the reason why there's a brightness and contrast adjustment, just in case. The colors are not where they need to be. Like, for instance, this is gray when it should be something in this purplish color. So then I should be able to just adjust it and kind of get it where it needs to be. The problem with that is on the fly, you would have to know what you would need to change in order to make that right. And considering if you had like multiples of this, like you had different kinds of loops and you wanted them all to be the same color, you could add it to a specific layer, which would be helpful so that everything in that layer, if it's a specific color, it would change to whatever color you have set. But I could see an issue with the layer, whatever layer you're on, depending on the colors that are within that layer, could look different simply because the colors that you're adjusting from to are just enough different that it would cause like lightness and darkness values to be different. So I'm gonna need to do some testing on that. So far, this is not too bad. There's a little bit of a light leak as far as the light blue hues. You can adjust them. I've added in some tweaks here to kind of adjust the darkness filter and the white threshold filter, which allows you to kind of adjust what parts of the blue or the light is being brought in. And then there's also this softness, which would basically tone down how much of that blue is being replaced, the light parts of it. And then there's the hue threshold, which will, as the striations is because this is an animation from Blender, which is creating noise, and that noise is creating this kind of glow striations, this noise on the outside. So there's an issue there. You can then adjust your hue, like so, for instance, I could tone it back to the left, which basically removes those striations, and then I can continue on. I could move it up even further again, and then move it to the left, move it up even further, move it up to the left. And so this allows me to kind of have a little bit more ability to tweak those colors to where I need them to be. So that looks pretty good. I think there's some smaller issues, but I think overall for a first test, that's not bad. Let me know what you guys think. Questions, comments, definitely comments if you have anything you guys want to add to this, what you think should be changed, let me know. This is the first test. So here's the pink, color 1. Here's the red, color 2, and green, the color 3. The other thing that I was also thinking was having a gradient system where you could choose a gradient scheme. The biggest issue with that is then you're just going to have a gradient scheme of whatever is in the green area, for example, because it's based on the key hue wherever you are. It's based on this mask. So this is the mask that's being used right at this moment, applied in real time. That's another thing, because I'm applying this in real time, you're going to use a bit of a chunk of RAM space that's possible. Typically I'm running about 100 frames per second. It's down to 69 frames per second, but really it just needs to be tested to see if that's just because I'm running this particular video, is it my particular computer, so on and so forth. All right, let me know what you guys think.